don't know about me, I used to be a Boy Scout. In fact, I was a Boy Scout for about 15 years. And the motto of Boy Scouts is, be prepared. And today I'm going to talk about preparation. Because I really think both Born to Shine and TGIF Christian Toastmasters are both very well prepared clubs. We have great communication in the line groups. We have a fantastic planning system with a spreadsheet that goes out every year for a whole year, planning out every week, that people can sign up to projects for a year in advance. So we are a very well prepared club. People know how to book their space, they know how to book an evaluation or how to book a speech if they want to say something. There's always that opportunity. Not only that, but our wonderful VP Vicky, she became VP on the first day she joined Toastmasters. And she's been running our agendas fantastically well over the past year. So that's fantastic. Our meetings run well because of preparation, and yet there are still some parts that we can improve upon. For example, we had a great agenda planned in advance. However, the original agenda had Rebecca as the first speaker and Ling as the last speaker. Today, that was switched around. Ling became the first speaker and Rebecca became the last speaker. They didn't know until they arrived in the venue. So part of preparation is by communicating. Another area of concern about that was the song. Now, maybe that's a little bit on me because Carolyn and Joe told me that I should lead today's meeting. So I should communicate to all the role takers, etc. beforehand, which I didn't, I'm sorry. So this is a little bit my responsibility. But on the agenda, we can see that Lester is the person who's meant to lead the song. However, I asked Lester, nobody asked me, my guitar's not here. So then I had to work with Eric very quickly to put on a karaoke song that became a little bit fun, a little bit chaotic. Thank you, Eric, for stepping in. I appreciate that. But that was good preparation. But also a little bit of firefighting. We need a little bit more communication so that doesn't happen in the future. Another area of preparation that I absolutely love about these clubs is that we define the themes well in advance of the meetings. We always know at least 1 week before what the meeting theme was. Last week we knew from Eric that the theme was going to be old self versus new self. My bad, I got the question wrong, but I still got some good answers out of it. However, it's good to always have the meeting theme ahead of time. That is preparation, very good preparation, and Eric always prepares very well. However, to the foreigners in our club, a few years ago I was the TME, and our president at the time, Jarwin, I gave a fantastic TME, I thought, except in one area, preparing for the Chinese names and the Chinese speech titles. And I thought I'd done a great job as the Toastmaster evening, and I went home, and the next day I received a message from Jarwin. Thank you so much for being our Toastmaster evening, but I'd like you to work on preparing properly to introduce the Chinese speakers under respect. As English speakers, when we hear Taiwanese people pronouncing our names, sometimes it's a little bit difficult, and then mess it up, and we kind of, but we should show the same respect to the Chinese speakers. So for all the foreigners over here, and you can see I do try and make that effort to learn the names. I'm sitting here getting the burpamafer of the names written out so I can properly introduce the speakers. So I think as a good practice, we need to prepare, not just Eric, but myself and Jonathan and Lester even, and also Douglas Gilmart and all the foreigners, we need to prepare how to introduce the Chinese speakers properly. And the same goes for the Taiwanese members of our club. They need to prepare properly how to introduce our names and our speech titles to have clarity. Preparation is very important as a host. Be fully prepared before you get on the stage. There are other areas of wonderful preparation. I thought Eric's preparation for his role, getting all the answers, delivering a wonderful Toastmaster evening today, he was great today, right? Let's give him a round of applause. He was wonderful today. He was engaging from the beginning. He knew how he wanted to communicate. He knew what he wanted to communicate. He introduced all the speakers wonderfully well. He knew their objectives, he knew their speech titles, and he knew their evaluators. That takes preparation. It's not just coming here and reading the agenda. He was prepared in advance, and that's what we hope for all our session masters, all our Toastmasters, our general evaluators. And the last word I want to say for our speakers tonight. So often we get people coming up here, me included, and just like giving a speech on the fly. But today I felt all 4 speakers were so well prepared. They were absolutely well prepared. These were, even your Chinese speech, I could understand about 60% of it. But I could hear that it was well organized, well thought out, well prepared. When we get on the stage to deliver a speech, and I don't mind Lester, you standing here reading, it was well prepared, well delivered, well communicated. That is our goal. I think the greatest example of preparation is currently Rebecca preparing the Gavel Club. And I think we can follow her example in the way we approach these meetings in the future. My message to you is always, for this club, be prepared to deliver excellence every week. Thank you.